Hi everybody, it's Kiara. My name is Kiara. I am a New Yorker who lives in Northwest Arkansas. We've lived here for 5 years. I'm a wife, mom. I work as a sped para in an elementary school. Do all the things. I quilt, I cross stitch, and this is going to be a floss tube. And it has been a hot minute since I've done a floss tube, because January was here and I started off great, and then I lost my stitchy bug. And then February and March, I didn't do a lot of anything because life just lifed. But the past week or so, I've picked my needle up again and I had a finish and I have an almost finish. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. So I thought it would be a really great time to do a floss tube. I do a lot more quilting videos than I do floss tube videos because I am like a super slow stitcher. I don't finish a lot of stuff. The things I finish, I take to get framed, or sometimes I'll finish as small as a pillow. I don't enjoy finishing. It's not that I don't enjoy finishing. I don't think I'm very good at it. So I tend to put it off. I have lots of finishes and things that live in boxes under the bed. But this is a finish that has been sitting here in my sewing room for almost 2 months. And I want to hang her, and she's a little bit dusty because she's been sitting in my quilting room with fabric. This came from the Words of Wisdom red box from Hands Across the Sea. I do a lot of Hands Across the Sea. I find lots of solace in doing samplers. And they don't necessarily have to be a Hands Across the Sea. I just happen to I love Nicola's samplers and how she charts. So I have a lot of them. I do a lot of them. You'll see as when I'm going to talk about my plans. So this is Mary Elizabeth Gill, and I have no idea where the chart is right now. I had this framed at Hobby Lobby, and here she is. And I'm trying to do this, okay, here. That's probably really good. She's done on a 36 count, 1 strand over 2. Does this one have any one-on-one? No one-on-one, but this was done 1 strand with DMC, with the Call to Ford DMC. This was, I believe, a Grace Notes fabric. I just love this one. It's not perfect. And this is the first one I ever had framed with such a large border on the side. And I was nervous about it, but I actually love how it came out. Now I just have to decide where I'm going to put her. I was thinking I have like a little bit of a sampler wall here, but I don't know if I want it in my sewing room. I might put it in my bedroom. I might put it in my living room. I haven't decided yet. She may just go back on my table where she was, but that's it. So what else? I believe I showed you one of these finishes, but I want to show them again because I needed to bring them in here because I'm going to take them to Hobby Lobby and get them framed. This one took me forever to do. Actually, both took me a really long time and they shouldn't have. This is Annie Baylis, God Save the Queen from Hands Across the Sea. These are both red samplers. This one is done on a mystery 32 count Jobelin from Bestitched Me. And here she is. It was my first time doing rice stitch, 1/1. And I was going to gift her to somebody, but it was my first time doing things, and I tend to want to keep them. Actually, I don't like to give a lot of people my cross stitch because it takes so long to do. So I'm going to get Annie Baylis framed, and I'm probably going to do something like a big frame like this for the red frame. I'm not sure. I'm going to take it with me. The other one that I just finished this was a free chart that Nicola gifted us for Christmas in the Friends of Hands Across the Sea Facebook group. MC 1899. Now this one I did on 28 count Grace Notes. Does it still have the card on it? That's another thing. It was from Grace Notes. I don't remember the name of it. And it was a Lugana. It was my first, I did it on 28 count because it was my first time doing Smyrna crosses, so I wanted to use something bigger. I wish I had done something smaller. It's 6x6, but I'm gonna get her framed too. Okay, because I just like her. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I just love this one. I did have to frog some on this. They're in here because I have to press them and I have to iron them before I get them framed. So those were my two finishes. That MC 1899 was my blessing sampler. I finished it Monday, March 9th. Told you I hadn't been stitching. Now the other thing I have been working on, I started this, this was going to be my NASCAR stitch last year, and I was going to do it every Sunday when I watched NASCAR races. I fell off the wagon. NASCAR started up again. Didn't do anything on that. I picked it up this week again, and I have made lots of progress. I'm actually working towards a finish on this because I want this one framed also. This is Michael's Prayer. Michael Judge was the chaplain of the FDNY, and he tragically died as a result of an injury from 9/11. 9/11 holds a dear place in my heart. My husband was an NYPD officer for 25 years, till he retired. So this one means a lot, and with September being the 25th anniversary of 9/11, I want this one done, and I want this one hanging in my wall. So I have to finish her dress and a few words and date right here, and we are done with this. This one is done on an 18 count Ada from Bestitch Me in the color Frost. I actually restarted this because I had done it on a brown and I did not like it. I changed a couple colors. My stars and all my yellows is a different color, and my flag is brighter than what they had because I thought my flag needed to be a true red. So I'm finishing this. I'm working on this till it's finished. So that's where I am. Let's talk about, so that is all I have stitched. I have been somewhat of a monogamous stitcher. I haven't done my Christmas stitch since December, so I can't show you that. I'm working on a Scarlet House alphabet. I'm actually going away this month, and I'll probably take that with me to do. I also am feeling the itch I haven't decided if I want to finish a whip. A lot of what I've been doing is I've been picking up a whip and working on it till it's done. I'm tired of having so many unfinished cross stitch projects. It makes me nervous, and I'm kind of finding solace in the samplers and just working on them till they're done. I don't know what happened to me. I used to want to have 20 different projects. I don't want to do that anymore. It makes me upset. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a whip and a new start and keep the new start kind of small or something easy. I used to be a very big Ada stitcher. Now I have found my love in 36 count with one strand of DMC. I do a lot of DMC because I'm cheap. Though I do have a lot of coloring, not coloring cotton, classic colorworks. But I do like silk. I do have a sampler that's done in silk. So I have a couple things. Let me show you my purchases, and then I'm going to show you what I would like to work on or what I'm thinking of working on. I have done quite a bit of purchasing. Okay. And a lot of what I think I did in the stash unloading, one of the stash unloading groups, or both of them. And I've been buying red box charts, things that people wanted to get rid of. This is one that I really love the colors on. I don't like the fabric it's on. I'd probably pick something without all the modeling. This is Isabella Watson, 1867. I believe this came from, I actually don't know which red box this came from. I don't know if it says in here. But I saw this one and I just loved it. I love the colors on it. And I tend to do nothing big, but this one is bigger than some of the stuff I generally do. This is 163 by 173. This is Isabella Watson, 1867. On a 36 count, this will be like 9 by 9.5. So I really like that. I haven't ventured to 40 count, and eventually I might just try a 40 count, but I can do 36 count without any glasses or anything on, so I do that. And then I purchased this one off Stash Unloading, and I think this is what the silks go with. This is Emma and Martin Noah Hubbard, 1869-1870. And I didn't realize this until I was looking at it one day when I was sitting on my counter. But Martin's chart has my birthday. 101 years before I was born. So now you all know my birthday. So I might start with Noah. Martin Noah Hubbard. And this one, this will be small. If I do it on, the design area is, are they the same size? I don't know. Emma have been reproduced 2 colors. I'm just trying to think. 87 by 109. I guess they're about the same size. So on 36 count it'd be small, 4.83 by 6.06. So I like that. So there's that one. I'll show you this one. Oh, that one's got a needle minder on it. This is another red box chart. And this is the needlework of Jessie Anderson and her daughter Jessie Gay. I remember when I first saw these, when Nicola did her unboxing. I just love these. Okay. This is Jessie Anderson, and it's a red sampler. And this red sampler is bigger than a lot of stuff I've ever done. And then there's Jessie Gay, and when I saw the Jessie Gays, I just loved the colors. Okay, and okay, let's see. Jessie Anderson's sampler is 120 by 232. So she would be 6.5 by 12.89. So she might be about the same size as my Martha Guthrie. Is that who that is? Yeah, Martha Guthrie. And then Jessie Gay is 120 by 145. And I tend to do that size quite a bit. To me, that size is not overwhelming. Okay. Then I have, the next 2 were red samplers. Okay. This one is Gertrude Bondi, 1908. This one, I just loved the look of her. I just loved the look of her. So, and she's 113 by 162. And I do need to start another red sampler. I don't have any red sampler going on right now, but I have a lot of them to choose from. And then this one is Mary Cornwall, 1827. And she's 102 by 167. So she'd be 5.67 by 9.28. So I just like the motifs on this one. So, and the last piece of haul I have is I joined the new cross stitch club from Fat Quarter Shop. It's only 4 times a year. And this is called the Quilting Bee Cross Stitch Club and we're doing a sewing machine this month. This baby's big. She's 139 by 115. On 36, she's 7.75 by 6.25. I'm trying to figure out how much thread I need, because a couple of these I need 2 skeins of. I'm thinking of doing this in the DMC because I don't think I really want my sewing machine modeled. Okay, so, and I'm also debating doing the sewing machine in a different color if you want the truth. Not a big fan of a green sewing machine. I'm almost thinking I want to do it in like a sky blue aqua with navy blue accents on it. So I have to see. I'm not a fan of this green. I think that's why I haven't ordered anything. And then it came with a cute little needle minder, and the needle minder will go on my long arm frame. That's where all my needle minders go to live. Okay. So that's my haul. It wasn't a huge amount. I'm trying to be really conscious of the money I spend on stuff. So now let me show you what plans I kind of have. I'm going to start with, I have 2 hats charts that are whips. One I would really like to make a lot of progress on, and then one I would like to finish. This is Rose Ada Featherstone. When I bought this, it was an exclusive to Hobby House. You can get this if you call Hobby House, I believe, still. And this came with Rose Ada Featherstone and then Jane Elizabeth Milner. And I already actually have stitched her. Okay. I am using the color conversion that Hobby House did. And it's a mix of overdyes and wool. And here are my threads. Okay, so, and I know why I don't pull this out, because when I started this, I was an Ada stitcher. These 2 things. I was an Ada stitcher, and right now I'm working on a chart on Ada, and I'm not enjoying it, but I want it done. So this is where I'm at. Okay, I would like to finish the house. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to finish the house and then try to come down here a little bit for this year and consider it done. So I may pull her out and just work on the house for a bit. Okay. My husband bought me an energy drink. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do with her. I think I'm going to pull her out. And I'm debating making her my NASCAR stitch, so if I watch any NASCAR, I can work on it, because she's on 16 count Ada, so she will move. I don't mind this Ada, actually. It's a 16 count. I think it's 16 count platinum. I don't mind it. It's just not my fave. Because I think once I get the house done, and if I bring that down, I can just work on these motifs and get moving on them. So there's that. And then the other one I have to buy thread for. So it's actually good I'm doing this, because I want to go to Hobby Lobby. I want to get those frames so I can buy the thread. This is the first ever hats I did. It is Jessie Watson. And I honestly don't have that much left. And this is one of the first charts I ever started. And it's all color converted with stuff I had in my stash that time. So this is where I'm at. Let me see if I can find a picture. So, okay. So, See, and this has got Algerian eyelets in it. I've never done those, so I have to figure them out. But I just have to do down here on the border. So I'm debating that this might be the one that I should finish since I'm so close. I mean, I have to do the house. I've already done this tree, and I've actually just started doing Jessie. So it's also a counting mistake, so I'm gonna fudge it to make it work. So what should I do? Should I pull Rosetta Featherstone or should I finish this? This was a sew-along with Barbara the Raspberry Stitcher ages ago. So, and it was for autism awareness, so maybe I should pull it out and work on it for April. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull the colors I need, get the colors I need so I can finish and finish. Because I'd love to have her done and framed. So, and this was some, I don't even know what, let me see if I have the fabric. It's a 6, I'm sure it's a 16 count. Yeah, no. Yeah, so I'm gonna make the list of the threads I need and go pick up the threads and work on this one. Because it'll be sweet to have it done. I think. I don't know. It's not calling for me. That's the other thing. So, okay. So, I also want to start something new. And I don't know if I want to do spring stitching, summer stitching, start another sampler. Help me decide what I should do. Here are a couple parts that I really want to do. Easter Bunny row from Bent Creek, and I have all of my thread. I have that. Or I could start Springtime Sampler by the Scarlet House. Is that what it's called? Oh no, Spring Alphabet. My goal is to do all these alphabets. I'm currently have the Sewing Alphabet, and I have, okay, yeah. Here's the Sewing Alphabet. Here is the Fall Alphabet. I'm working on the Christmas Alphabet. It's in my Christmas box. So then I have the Spring Alphabet. I have the Patriotic Alphabet. And I have this one, Icy Red. And I don't think it's going to be this one because this one has 1/1, and I don't think I really want to deal with 1/1 right now. So our choices are Spring Alphabet, Patriotic Alphabet, Easter Bunny row. Then there's this one that I would love to start. This was a kit from Hands Across the Sea that I got from Acorns and Threads. I will change out, I might not, it's 18 count. This is Tabby Cat 18 count, just the ticket. And I have the DMC, and this is Emmeline Purnell. I love this one. I just don't know if I want to do it on Ada. And this one measures 100. This is a bigger chart for me too. 182 by 213. I may try to see if I can get a piece of Tabby Cat, just the ticket, in 36 count. Because I think if it was on 36, that, or I might see if one of my Swan Bay would look good with this. I don't like the Ada. But I can do something else on the Ada. So then another chart I have that I wouldn't mind. I have a lot that I wouldn't mind. And this is all before my needlework market, since I spent about $150 on needlework market. Okay, this is, I really love this, okay? And I might start this one because I just love how it looks. And I kind of love the frame it's in. This is from Lori Holt. It's called Vintage Sampler. I love all the flowers. And I think that's why I really wouldn't mind starting it. I just have to pull a piece of 36 count. And then I have these, they have, I would probably, if I do 36 count, I will only use one strand because that's my, and it's using Voldani, which I've never used before. And I like the colors. So I'm kind of leaning towards this because it's different than a lot of the other samplers I do. And it's not super big. And I think it would make me happy to do. Okay. And then I have a bunch of other Hands Across the Sea charts, which I've showed you before, and they're all on my list to start. This might be a red sampler to do because I love the saying here. Waste not, want not. This is from the Words of Wisdom box, Elizabeth Hull, 1863. And I have been doing my red samplers with 816 from DMC. And there's this, Fannie Wilson. She's adorable. This one needs to get done. And I think I'm going to order the 103s for this one. This is Catherine Dempsey. I love her. She just speaks to my soul. Here's another one that speaks to my soul, and she reminds me of my Alice Tippett. And I have the DMC here, Marianne Groom. This one, somebody just posted either in the Friends of Hands Across the Sea or Homespun Needleworks. Elizabeth Hibbert, Work with Care. This is another one. I just love the colors. And this is another one that's not too big. And then the last one I have that's a sampler is A. Hocking, Be Kind to One Another. I just love the verse on this. And then I want to start doing the smalls that are in this book. So what should I start, guys? Let's see if I can narrow it down. I'm gonna put this one, I'll put that one. Okay, I need to start a red sampler. I do need to start a red sampler. So I'm gonna put this one. I'm not gonna put Emmeline Purnell because I know I'm not gonna do it. And hold off on this one. Hold off on that one. What's this one? I'm gonna hold off on these, put those there. I'm gonna hold off my sewing machine. Okay, so my two red samplers I've come down to is Elizabeth Hull or Mary Cornwall. Choose one of these for a red sampler. Okay, there's that. Okay, so that's red sampler. Those. Okay, now other chart to start. I'm gonna work on Rosetta Featherstone. And I'm gonna get my colors for Jessie Watson so I have it in case she moves me. Okay, and then should I, okay. I'm gonna put these away, my Scarlet House and them. I'm gonna put those away because I know I'm not gonna do it. And I want to finish my Christmas one before I start another one of those. So, other charts to start. One other chart. Martin Hubbard. And after I do Martin, I'm going to do his sister because I want to have them framed together and do them in the same piece. My vintage sampler, which is what I'm really leaning towards. Marianne Groom or Elizabeth Hibbert. Okay, I know that's a lot, guys. Help me choose. Or just say which one you really liked. That'll help. The only good thing about Marianne Groom and Martin is that I have threads for those. I don't know what this goes to. I don't know if this goes to this or something else. Okay. Is one of these 325? Oh, these are them. 325 and 348. Okay, and then yeah, these are the colors for this one. So I even have silks to do, Martin. So help me decide. I know this is a longer video for me. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will talk to you all soon. I will try not to make it 3 months before another FlossTube. I'm going to take my stuff to be framed, my 2 red samplers to be framed. So maybe I'll try and come and do just a short one. And if I finish Michael's Prayer. All right. So have a great day. Happy stitching. Please like, subscribe, and do all those things. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers someday, but it's all good. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.